Okay, Hare Krishna. So we'll discuss from Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter number 4, text number 11. ये यथा मां प्रपद्यन्ते तांस्तथैव भजाम्यहम् मम वर्त्मानुवर्तन्ते मनुष्य पार्थ सर्वशः ये यथा मां प्रपद्यन्ते तांस्तथैव भजाम्यहम् मम वर्त्मानुवर्तन्ते मनुष्य पार्थ सर्वशः Translation. As all surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. Everyone follows my path in all respects, O son of Pritha. So in this verse, Lord Krishna is saying that as all surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. Everyone follows my path in all respects. So we'll break this verse into two parts. The first two lines, ye yatha mam prapadyante, means as all surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. The next two lines are mama vartmanu vartante manushya partha sarvasaha. Everyone follows my path in all respects, O son of Pritha. So we'll discuss part 1 and we'll discuss part 2. So in this verse, we see a reciprocal nature of Krishna. What does Krishna says? As all surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. This is a very important concept to understand about Supreme Lord, that Krishna is very loving Supreme Lord and he reciprocates with his devotees or anyone who approaches him to the degree of their surrender. And this is natural, right? If somebody is very loving towards you, will you be harsh towards that person? What will you do? You will also reciprocate. You will also be loving towards that person. So Krishna is also like that. So when somebody thinks of Krishna as transcendental, someone who is transcendental to this world. What does the word transcendental mean? Somebody who is beyond the modes of nature. If we see Lord Krishna as someone who is beyond the modes of material nature, his activities, his birth, everything is transcendental, then Krishna will also make our activities and our birth eternal and transcendental. He will reciprocate. That's why there is a verse in the previous to previous verse, 4.9, if you see, it says, Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo veti tattvataha taktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti sojana. Anyone who understands my birth and activities as transcendental, he no longer takes birth in this material world. So Krishna is reciprocating. If we see Krishna as transcendental, Krishna will make us also transcendental. Reciprocal, right? Mataji, you'll have questions at the end. Or at least let me finish part 1 and then we can take questions. Then another aspect we learn from this is Krishna has a personality. He is a person. Many people think that God is impersonal. He is an energy. He is just an energy. He is a powerful energy. But there is no person. He doesn't have hands or legs or anything like that. He is just an energy. This misconception is quite prevalent and many people feel like that. But from this verse we can understand that Krishna is a person. He is not a stone or just an energy, impersonal thing. Because who will reciprocate? Only a person will reciprocate. Yeah? If you treat somebody in some way, he is going to reciprocate in that way. So Krishna is a person. If somebody considers Krishna as a human being, when Krishna was here 5,000 years ago, many considered him as a human being. Powerful personality, but as a human being. What is Krishna going to do with them? He will reciprocate, and those human beings who are thinking that Krishna is human being will remain as human being to rot in this material world. Reciprocation. Yeah? Because if you reciprocate, that's how, if you express your feelings towards God in certain way, God is also going to express is going to reciprocate. Now, when it comes to us, when we go to temple and we see a deity of Krishna, if we think that this deity is just a stone, is just a metal, then how will Krishna reciprocate to us? He will remain like a stone and metal for us. There will be no expressions or nothing, because that's what you think. You think this God is just a stone or a metal. But if you have feelings that here is the Supreme Lord Himself in His Archa Vigraha form, He is the Supreme Lord Himself, He accepts my service, then how is Krishna going to reciprocate? Accordingly. And there is a very nice example of this in the story of Sakshi Gopal. You have heard Sakshi Gopal story? In the Sakshi Gopal, there is a nice temple of Sakshi Gopal in
Odisha.
Yeah. So the story is, there was a Brahmana who was very, very devoted to the Supreme Lord Gopal, Krishna, and he was talking with the deity. So deity on his request actually walked behind him. There's a whole story like that. So in that story, the deity is saying, I'm a deity, how can I walk? I'm just skipping the story, I'm just telling you the essence of it. So the deity said, I am a deity, I cannot walk. The Brahmana said, if the deity can talk, then he can walk also. So Lord was so pleased with the faith and devotion of this Brahmana, he said, okay, I will come with you on one condition, you should not turn around. I will walk, but you should not turn around and see. If you did that, I will stand wherever I am and I will not move from that place. This is the condition. And every day you have to offer me 1 kilo of rice. This was the condition he put to the Brahmana. And so Brahmana asked, how will I know that you are walking behind me? He said, you will hear the ankle bells, and through that you will know that I am behind you. So they went far distance, and then when the Brahmana reached almost to the village where he wanted to take the Lord, the tinkling sounds stopped, and Brahmana thought, okay, I am already in the village. If Krishna does not come any further, it's okay. We are still safe because he is already in the village. So taking that risk, he looked behind and Gopal was standing there. And he said, okay, since you have looked back, now I am not going to move from here at all. You can bring all the villagers, and like that. So the point is, deities that whom we worship in the temple and in our altar, they are not stone or metal. If you treat him like that, they will remain like that. But if you treat them as God, Sakshat God, then they will reciprocate accordingly. Okay. So now the question is, okay, people who are surrendering to God, Krishna will reciprocate with them accordingly. But what about people who don't surrender to God? There are many people who don't surrender to God and they do not want to surrender to God. What does Krishna do with them? Same, Krishna reciprocates with them accordingly, because this is his nature. There are some people who surrender to demigods. Krishna reciprocates with them in certain ways. Then there are people who reciprocate with who worship the Supreme Lord as impersonal Brahman, the Mayavadis or impersonalists. Krishna reciprocates with them. Then there are people, in Bhagavad Gita it is said 7th chapter, we see people who are duskritinas, who don't accept Krishna at all. And then there are people who are sukritinas, who accept Krishna. So with all these personalities, Krishna reciprocates accordingly. Now going back to the spiritual world, there are also pure devotees of the Lord who have understood the relationship with God. In the spiritual world, some devotees want Krishna in the form of their father. Some wants Krishna in the form of their son. some wants Krishna in the form of their friends, some wants Krishna in the form of their lover. Krishna reciprocates with all of them accordingly. So this is the reciprocal nature of Krishna. Very, very important to understand. So when we are doing our devotional service, we should always keep this in mind, that Krishna is a person. He has feelings. The way I approach him, that's how he is going to reciprocate with me. So this one verse, if we understand, we are going to make heaps of advancement in our devotional service just by understanding this point. Next time you go to the temple and you are standing in front of the deities, don't think that it is just a statue. If you think, then he's going to remain statue for as long as you have that misconception. So another point, very important point, is everyone is equal in God's eyes. Okay, listen to this carefully. Everyone is equal in God's eyes, but God is not equal in everyone's eyes. You see? Everyone is equal in God's eyes, but God is not equal in everyone's eyes. And this example we see from Mahabharata. In Mahabharata, we know Krishna went to Duryodhana as a peacemaker because he did not want the war. And Krishna tried to make all kinds of negotiation with Duryodhana. He said, just give these Pandavas 5 villages. Just 5 villages. You can keep the whole kingdom. Just give them 5 villages. Duryodhana said, I will not give them land enough to put a pin. Even one pin. So Krishna reciprocated. He said, there is no other way. We have to have a war. Since you are so adamant, we will have to have a war. So Krishna reciprocated. Then there is another instance. See how Krishna is reciprocating with Duryodhana. He is being very frank and he is saying we will have to have a war. Then there was another instance when Arjun and Duryodhana both goes to Krishna. Right? They want assistance from Krishna. So what did Krishna do? Did he reject Duryodhana? No. Duryodhana had come and Arjun had come for help. Krishna heard both of them. And he put a condition. One can have me, other one can have my army. Duryodhana chose the army and Arjun chose Krishna. Because Arjun chose Krishna, Krishna reciprocated accordingly. Krishna gave himself because that's what Arjun wanted. Whereas Duryodhana, what did he want? He just wanted his army. So he said, okay, take my army. So there's a difference here, right? But the point is, Krishna did not reject Duryodhana. You are not my devotee. You are a demon number one. I am not going to listen to you. I am not going to give you anything. He never said that. He reciprocated. Just see how broad-minded and large-hearted Krishna is. That even a demoniac person like Duryodhana, Krishna gave his army. Fulfilled his desire. So amazing, right?
Even in Karna also, Karna dreamt that Krishna should hold the wheel, something. The same pose he gave. I don't know, I saw it in the serial.
That's Bhishma Dev.
Sorry, Bhishma Dev.
Yeah.
Bhishma
Yes.
Dev,
Yeah. So this is part 1, where we see the reciprocity of Krishna with his devotees and also non-devotees and with everyone else. Okay, any question on this? Mataji, you had a question on this, right?
Yeah, so in the beginning you mentioned that if we if we surrender to Krishna, then Krishna will
Reciprocate.
By just understanding then that way we also liberated.
No, that was in the context of if you understand the Janma and active 4.9, verse 4.9.
Sorry. So in that verse, is it just by knowing or also literally like we need to understand?
Yes, of course, yes.
Is it just by knowing, I've not known it like just by by knowing it. Is that just that the point?
No, it's not just theoretical knowledge. It also has to do with some realization.
Yeah.
If I go out and I tell somebody who's just walking on the street and tell him Krishna is completely transcendental, if you understand that he is completely transcendental, you are not going to take birth again. He will look at me like this. Eh?
He might
And then he might say, yeah, and he say, I may accept, and then he is going and doing his nonsense. What is the use of that knowledge? He knows it, right? Theoretically, he knows.
Because theoretically, everybody knows that.
Yeah.
Generally, people who accept God, they understand that God is not just. Some people would
Yeah.
know that God is transcendental, but that is the platform is not to that extent that they're going to get.
It's to do with faith also. What's the faith? Is it just, okay, Bhagavad Gita says that's fine. That's also one level of faith. But when one is convinced in his heart that yes, God is transcendental, he is not like one of us who takes birth. Even if he takes birth, he doesn't take birth like us, all of us. You know, when he took birth, how did he take birth in the prison house of Kamsa? With the four-handed form, he appeared in front of Devaki. So we know this is not an ordinary person. Who takes birth like that? Like a Narayan. Only God can do that. So we know that is. When I say we know, it's not just theoretical knowledge. There is. See, it depends on the level of faith. What Krishna is going to look at is your faith, not the knowledge. If it's just a theoretical knowledge that Bhagavad Gita 4.9 says, Janma karma cha me divyam, and you are able to recite the slok also and also able to go and give a class on it. But in your heart you're feeling, hey, maybe, I'm not sure, he may be transcendental, may not be. Then that is not going to work. Then that's one level, This is complete conviction in the heart that Krishna activity and birth are transcendental. To such a person, he will not take birth in this world. And it's not just the level of faith, there is also associated practice with that. You are worshipping the Lord with that understanding, with that respect, with that faith that Supreme Lord, you are above the modes of material nature. You are the controller, creator of modes of material nature. You are completely transcendental. Please help me get out of the modes of material nature that I'm stuck in. So that is what it means, not just theoretical knowledge.
That need a practice too, like you have to train your mind.
That's sadhana. That is where sadhana comes. Practicing sadhana very sincerely, seriously every day, the faith will increase. It will go deep.
I had the same question, like in our daily life, how can we apply that?
Sadhana. Sadhana, so the aspect of sadhana is chanting, hearing and associating with devotees. To become faithful, one must associate with those who are faithful. If you want to become drunkard, go and associate with drunkards. If you want to become faithful, then associate with those who have faith. Then your faith will increase. Yeah. So, this is how we do it.
So, Prabhu, how Krishna would be reciprocating with those who are concentrating the Brahman, the Brahmajyoti? There is nothing, isn't it? It's unmanifested.
So the good question. How is Krishna going to reciprocate with those who are meditating on impersonal Brahman?
Yes.
Krishna reciprocates by making them become part of Brahmajyoti. Become a spark in Brahmajyoti. That's what they want. Brahman is what? Brahmajyoti, effulgence of the Supreme Lord. You have been meditating on this, become a part. Become a spark of that Brahmajyoti. This is how they reciprocate, and that's what they want. They want eternity, no birth, death, old age and disease. But they want, they are in a situation where they don't want the troubles of material world. At the same time, they don't want to accept God.
The in-between.
So the in-between situation is what? Become a Brahmajyoti. This is Krishna's reciprocation. If somebody is envious towards us, we have to neglect them. This is reciprocation. We can't be going and offering obeisances and saying, Prabhu, you are so great, you are so envious of me. No. So Krishna also reciprocates accordingly. So that's why it says here in text. In text, you can read this text. Text number 7.24. Not now, but I want to discuss the second point. Okay, so we'll go to the second point. First point clear?
Yes.
Second point is everyone follows my path in all respect. This is a very important point because here there are very big misconceptions people have, which is what I wanted to clarify from today's class. Everyone follows my path in all respects. So the most biggest misconception people have is that they think what this means is that you can follow whatever path you want and it will go to Krishna. What does it say? Everyone follows my path in all respects. Directly or indirectly, everyone follows my path. So people, how they have interpreted this? You can follow any path, you will go to Krishna. सुना है ना आप लोगों ने? हाँ? Do whatever you want, you are going to reach Krishna. You do whatever you want, you will reach Krishna. So this is also translated in another way. You can follow any path you want, it will all lead to the same goal. It's all going to the same destination. This is a big misconception.
Because God is one.
Huh? Yeah, God is one, God is everywhere, and whatever path you accept, you are going to go to Krishna.
Yeah, but they think કોઈ બી ભગવાનમાં માનો બધા સરખા જ છે.
Yeah. Yes, they say you worship anybody you want, Sai Baba, this Baba, that Baba, whichever God, demigod you want to worship, or even if you don't worship anybody, you are going to go to Krishna. This is the misconception people have. So we have to understand, is that what Krishna is saying? This is why I am discussing this verse. This is a big misconception, and this is why we are going to clarify what actually it means. So listen to this carefully. Krishna does not at all mean to say that you follow any path and you will come to me. You know why? Because if you look at the next verse, Krishna is going to say, he is going to contrast his worship with the worship of Devatas. Look at the next verse, text number 12. Okay, what does it say? Kankshanta na karma na siddhim yajante hi devata shipram hi manuse loke siddhir bhavati karmaja. Men in this world desire success in fruitive activities and therefore they worship demigods quickly. Of course, men get results from fruitive work in this world. So if by worshipping whoever you like, you will go to Krishna, why does he even have to mention about demigod worship? Right? This is a proof that what people think is actually incorrect. This is not what Krishna means to say. Now there is another very important verse, chapter number 9, text number 25. Yanti deva vrita devan pitrin yanti pritrivata bhutani yanti bhuteja yanti madhyajino apimam. What is the translation of this verse? Those who worship the demigods will take birth among the demigods. Those who worship ghosts and spirits will take birth among ghosts and spirits. Those who worship ancestors will take birth, go to them. But those who worship me, they will live with me. This is a classic refutation of the conception that you can worship whomever you want and you will go to Krishna. If that was true, Krishna would not have said this verse. Yeah? Very clearly he is saying. So anyone who comes to you and says, अरे कोई भी भगवान ने मानो तुम्हें બધા ભગવાન પાસે જવાના છો, હે ભગવાન, ગલત છે. So it's wrong. If you want to go to Krishna, you have to worship Krishna only. If you want to go to some demigod, then worship demigod. If you want to live with ghosts and spirits, then worship them. There are people who do. So Srila Prabhupada also says, if you go to a train station, now if you go to, let's say, a very busy train station of Mumbai somewhere, and you find many platforms, right? And on all the platforms there are trains waiting. You want to go to a certain place. Can you get onto any train on any platform and expect that you will go to that destination? No, right? So then how can you expect that you go to any path or you worship anybody you like and you will reach Krishna? So some people say, okay, in the example of train station, it applies that there are different trains who go to different destinations. But Krishna is all pervading. Krishna is everywhere, right? He is everywhere. So you take any path, no problem, you are going to go to him. This argument also comes. You understood the point? Krishna is all pervading. He is everywhere. So it doesn't matter which path you take, you are going to ultimately go. If that was the case, then why does Krishna have to take the trouble of speaking Bhagavad Gita? Right? Because Arjuna is there, Krishna is there, and Krishna is all pervading. So why does he have to speak? Even for us, why do we have to study Bhagavad Gita? Krishna is all pervading, so we are with him only. And it's a fact. Krishna also says in scriptures that everything is within him and he is within everything. So that means whatever we do, tomorrow if I go to nightclub, I am going to reach Krishna only because I am within him and he is within me. Right? I can do whatever nonsense I want. I eat meat, I go and do whatever. Tomorrow in the name of jihad, I go and kill thousands of people. I am going to Krishna. Why? Because he is everywhere. Is it correct?
If you consider that Krishna has created all demigods and everybody, then it's a creation of Krishna, right? Then you pray to anyone.
It's a creation
ultimately,
It's a creation of Krishna. Ultimately.
Ultimately it goes to Krishna. Don't you think?
This is what people say. That ultimately it will all go to Krishna. So today I will do whatever nonsense I want. Ultimately I am going to go to Krishna. I have no urgency of going to Krishna.
What I'm saying is that Krishna has created all the demigods and all the gods.
Yes.
So if you don't pray Krishna and if you
Pray
look
to
for the
demigods.
then again, so
No, you will not go to Krishna. You will go to demigod. If I am worshipping a particular demigod, I am not going to go to Krishna. I have to only go to the planet of that demigod. That's what Krishna said. Bhagavad Gita 2. The verse here. You see, it's here. It says, if you worship demigods, you go to demigods. Krishna is not going to take you to him. He is in the spiritual world. Demigods are in the material world. So now, just let me finish this point about all pervading. If Krishna is all pervading and no matter which path we take, we are going to go to Krishna, then Arjuna has a very big dilemma, right? He's on the battlefield of Kurukshetra and he has a big dilemma that how can I fight? How can I kill my kinsman? He should not have this dilemma, right? Because whether he kills his relatives or doesn't kill, he is going to attain Krishna. Yeah? So, extending that argument, there is no even point of Krishna discussing Bhagavad Gita. Because there is no dilemma. There is no dilemma for Arjuna, so there is no dilemma for us also. Yeah? And also, now other thing, if the conception that any path you take is going to go to Krishna is like this. You are driving on a highway and on a freeway and there are different exits, and sometimes we get confused, should I take this exit or should I take the next exit? Yeah, you get confused, right? We are not sure. But if all exits are going to go to the same direction, then will you have that confusion? No. The fact that you have the confusion means you know that if I take the wrong exit, I am going to go to the wrong destination. Yeah? So same applies with Krishna also. If you take the wrong path, you are going to go somewhere else. You are not going to go to Krishna. So this is very, very important to understand. So now the point is, what does it mean when Krishna says, everyone follows my path in all respects? What does this mean? What is Krishna actually mean to say by this statement? Everyone follows my path in all respects. What Krishna is saying here is that everyone, Srila Prabhupada writes in the very first line of text number 4.11, everyone is searching for Krishna in different aspects of his manifestation. So the fact of the point is, everybody is ultimately searching for Krishna. Some are directly searching for Krishna, some are indirectly searching for him. And so in that way, everybody is on Krishna's path only. There is only one path. There is one road going to Krishna. Okay, one road going to Krishna. Everybody is searching for him. Now you may say, if there is only one road going to Krishna, then it is correct, right? When people say you follow whatever path you want, you will go to Krishna. So what this means is, we are all on the path of Krishna, and everything we see in the world is a manifestation of Krishna's energy, is all coming from Krishna. So if somebody is not attracted to Krishna, but is attracted to one of the aspect of Krishna's creation, is he not attracted to Krishna? He is, but indirectly. Yeah? So then the question is, well, if I am directly or indirectly attracted to Krishna only, yeah, what's the problem? Everything is coming from Krishna only. Huh? So here is the important point. We are all attracted to Krishna only, directly or indirectly. But we also have to see the object of our attraction, in which mode of nature it is situated, and is it going to take us closer to Krishna, or is it going to take us away from Krishna? Are you with me? This is a very important point. So somebody who is attracted to, let's say, a devotee who sings very nicely, gives nice katha, who is very loving and friendly and caring, devotees who come to meet this particular person or this devotee are going to get attracted to him. That attraction is going to take those people closer to Krishna. Yes? That devotee is an aspect of Krishna's energy.
Yes.
Yeah? He is a part and parcel of Krishna. Somebody may be attracted to alcohol, taste of alcohol. He may say, well, taste of alcohol, where does it come from? From Krishna only. He only has given the taste of alcohol. But the question is the taste of alcohol going to take you closer to Krishna, or is going to pull you down into the mode of ignorance and darkness?
Yep, the later. Yes.
Yeah? So in that sense, everybody follows Krishna's path. What decides whether you are going towards Krishna or away from Krishna is your attraction. You see the point? Everybody is on Krishna's plan, Krishna's path. It's a universal plan, because everything comes from Krishna. But what takes us closer to Krishna and away from Krishna depends on the thing that we are attracted to and the state of our consciousness. So this is very important to understand. This is what Krishna actually means when he says, everybody follows my path in all respects. What he is actually saying is, you may be either attracted directly to me, or you may be attracted to my creation. There is no third thing. In that way, you are all following my path only. This is what it means. Not that you take any path and you are going to reach Krishna. I hope I tried to explain this as simply as possible and it made sense.
That means if an atheist is there, he cannot go to Krishna. Like, what I'm trying to say is, if everything will go to reach to Krishna, if an atheist, then how is perspective like? He can say, okay, I'm an atheist, I can go to Krishna. No, I guess.
He may be atheist, but still he is attracted to Krishna. He says I don't believe in Krishna, but he is still attracted to Krishna. But how? Indirectly. Because that atheist will be also attracted to food. He'll be attracted to something of this world. Where does that thing come from? From Krishna. So indirectly he is attracted. So what takes us closer to Krishna is our direct inclination to reach Him. But if you simply want to enjoy His creation, then Krishna will say, yeah, please go ahead. That's why He has created this world. So you can be attracted to the internal potency of Krishna, or you will be attracted to external potency, which is Maya. Either way, you are attracted to Krishna only. There is no third thing. This is why everybody follows my path in all respects, Krishna says.
Yeah. And when we connect the first part of the sloka and the second part of the sloka, then it's clear. So those who, because the reciprocation.
Correct, correct, yes.
So if you follow Krishna as his first energy or the internal energy,
Correct,
he will reciprocate accordingly.
correct.
As opposed to action.
Yeah. Duryodhan wanted Krishna's energy.
Yes.
He did not want Krishna.
Yeah.
Arjun wanted Krishna only, nobody else.
So he got that.
So what did both of them got? One stayed away from Krishna, one became very close to Krishna. Attraction. So Krishna is reciprocal with both. But who comes closer depends on our attraction, our state of consciousness.
Prabhuji, in the real world, nowadays, what happened? We see so many people. We are following the Krishna conscious, reading, we hearing from a proper, channel to how God give a message. Krishna give a message to how to live, we are. So many people, they not understand this concept. They thinking whatever the God we following, that is the best, okay, and He can, after that also He can give us liberation and kind of thing. So they blindly following everything.
Yeah.
They still don't have, they not understand Krishna is the supreme God. They understand whatever the God we following, or Devi or Devta or Son, they are the supreme for us kind of thing.
Yes.
So how we think how we go in such a path, because Krishna say, if you following me and follow my path, you can come to me, or He reciprocal. But the people who are not want to understand Krishna,
So Krishna reciprocates
they
with
don't
them.
want, to them. They believe in some demigod or the saint, whatever. They not want to listen also about the Krishna is a great kind of thing. Whatever they think, whatever we doing is the best thing.
Yeah.
So because they don't have any faith or trust, so they not go to the Krishna then.
Yeah. Yeah. So that is what, if somebody feels that whatever I am doing is correct, and I don't want any other path, like demigod worship, there are staunch demigod worships who feel that whatever I am doing is correct, it is going to give me ultimate benefit. You know who has given that faith? That strong faith? It's Krishna only.
Okay.
Krishna only has given that strong faith of that person in that particular demigod.
Okay.
There's a verse in Bhagavad Gita. Because unless Krishna helps, we cannot even survive. So somebody has a strong faith, that is Krishna's reciprocation with that person.
And one more thing, they also don't believe they get another birth or something. They say we are dead, so everything finished now. Okay, this is our life. They don't bother about my karma, what happened to me next. We are here to come to enjoy. Whatever the lifespan we living, that's the end of my thing. I don't believe the 84 million birth and death and body. They not think also.
So what happens to them?
So what happened to them? Yeah.
They will have to take birth again. They are believing as no. Tomorrow I say, I believe the sun is not going to rise tomorrow.
Right. Yeah.
Is there any value of my belief? Who am I? I will say tomorrow sun will not rise. Krishna will reciprocate with me by showing that how foolish you are. Here is sun. This is how Krishna is going to reciprocate with me, because I am acting foolish.
So that way.
So those people who think that I am just going to die and after death there is nothing, Krishna is going to say, Beta, there is lot more, take another birth. Take another birth, struggle, suffer, then one day you will come to realize that there is life after death. It's going to happen. Is that clear, Mataji?
Yeah.
Krishna will receive.
Yeah, because now, because we are reading, understand, so we following in our, like we understand deeply, this is happen because we see and experience, hearing from so many people, but so many people in the world, they don't believe all these things still.
So we have to be compassionate, and we have to realize that people are so much in confusion. How unfortunate they are and how fortunate we are.
Yeah.
When you will read Chaitanya Charitamrita, you will read in Madhya Leela, there is a section where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has a discussion with Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. This Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is a scholar, a Shiromani, very high scholar. He could not understand Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is a Supreme Personality of Godhead. He could not. Even though Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went into the Jagannath temple and he fainted, he had symptoms of Mahabhav in his body. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya took the body of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in that Samadhi state to his house. Still, he could not understand that here is the Supreme Personality of God. He was arguing with Gopinath Acharya, who is the brother-in-law of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. But you know what Gopinath Acharya said to him? Unless Krishna gives you mercy, you will never be able to understand who Krishna is. Or you will never be able to understand that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself. Gopinath Acharya is giving so many quotes from Shastra to prove that this Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is none other than Krishna himself. But then at the end he says, what are you going to understand? You are a hard-hearted Kutargika, you are just a, your heart has become hard with all this knowledge and all this that you have. You will not be able to understand. Unless Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself bestows his mercy, only then you will be able to understand. So all these people who you see, so when you see all these other people who are so adamant and are not willing to accept Krishna's supremacy as the Supreme Lord, we just have to understand they have not received the mercy of Krishna. But you are the carrier of Krishna's mercy. So you give them prasadam, you give them good association, and with that the mercy of Krishna will come to them, and then they will also be able to understand. After Gopinath Acharya had this conversation, this debate with Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then there's a pastime, I won't go into it. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then showed Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya his own form as the Supreme Personality of God. Sadbhuja form, 6 arms form to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. You know why? Because Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is associated with Gopinath Acharya. So Krishna gives mercy to those who are even connected with those who are Krishna's devotees. So you are Krishna's devotee. If you go out and distribute Krishna's prasadam or talk about Krishna, then Krishna will bestow his mercy on them, and then they will start accepting that yes, Krishna is also Supreme Personality of God. This is how it works. So we should always be compassionate. When we see somebody who is not accepting, we should be compassionate. Somehow try to give them some or the other way by which they can come to Krishna consciousness. Yes, people are beautiful. We were also like that. We were in our house. We have Krishna in our altar. Every day we are doing agarbatti, but we did not know Krishna is Supreme Lord. Did we know? Most Gujaratis houses you will see Krishna is very common. They all have Krishna in their altar, but they never think that this Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is the God of all the other gods that I am worshipping. Only by mercy. Only when the mercy comes, then you will understand. Every day we say Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Shri Krishna. Gujarati, Ghar thi baare nikro, baare aavo, phone pad. We don't say hello, we say Jai Shri Krishna. This was a culture in our house also, Jai Shri Krishna. This hello came later. But we thought Krishna is just another god, another demigod. We didn't even know what a demigod is.
No.
I heard this word demigod only after reading Srila Prabhupada's books.
Same.
The only word I knew was God and Bhagwan. That's all. So unless we have mercy, we cannot understand.
Hare Krishna, Guruji, I request everyone today, we need to pray for one boy in our school, Veterano Primary School. He went to the birthday party and by accidentally he fell in the swimming pool and he's in a critical situation. He just come out of the ICU also, but because of the breathing and all this thing, he back to his, and he's an Indian boy, a year 2 student. So we done one Italian teacher and we done one pray on a recess time, but I also request today during the Aarti we can pray for him, like for his,
Yes,
he can recover
definitely.
nicely and his family also.
We can pray now. We can all chant one Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We should every day pray for every living entity, not just this boy.
Yeah, no,
Every
yeah,
living
no,
entity.
we all, but they,
Everybody is suffering in this world. Everybody, without exception. Unless they are Krishna conscious, they are all suffering. Some know it, some don't know. But they all know that we are not happy. Not happy. Okay, so I'll stop here. That was the point I wanted to discuss. Thank you very much. Shri Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.